All right, everybody, let me apologize. I pressed the wrong button. So forgive your brother. This happens in production sometimes. But I want to introduce to you somebody who's very, very important to me. She's Mary Moss. She's my mother. You only have one mom, and she is it. She was giving some greetings and salutations to people. I like to say she's an unofficial Muslim. She's been involved in the Muslim community in a lot of ways, serendipitously, and she's also always encouraged me to be a part of my community and show love to my community. Mom, tell the people you say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Your typical mom. You know, you ask your mom to do something that's always over the top. Brother Yusuf, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Salam alaikum to you too. Ramadan Mubarak to everybody who's out there. Let me apologize again. I pressed the wrong button. I thought I was live. I'm having a whole conversation with just my mom. And maybe that was the only conversation I need to know. Maybe that's Allah speaking to me saying, maybe you two just need to talk. So I want to give a shout out to my mom to coming on the show. I want to give a shout out to all the moms. You get look. Hey, check this out. Check this out, mom. Who's this? This is your brother Ahmed Khatib, my main man. Oh, and this is my doctor.
Ah,
I gotta show my doctor. I gotta give him. He's a frontline guy.
you said
Ahmed,
back at you.
hey, give that brother. Hey man, I want you to be careful. I want you to be safe out there. I know you're doing some stuff as a first responder, as a physician. You've always done well by me. I want you to take care of yourself, please. We got some love all the way coming from Australia. I'm gonna bring that up. Brother, you got the mask on and everything. God bless you, man. You're practicing safe distancing, even on an online show. You don't want anybody to get coronavirus. That is love, man. That is love. We have somebody right here. Thank you for coming. There you go. Slam to you too. This is popping off. I'm sorry again. I came in late. I was even going to get into my monologue, but I got tired of my mom. Mom, I'm going to take you out for a moment. I'm going to bring you back in, okay?
Oh,
Is that all
carry
right?
on.
All
Carry
right.
on.
Love you. Big love, Mom. Big love.
Big love.
This is Brother Tarek, one of my homies. Brother Tarek has been with me. He's a Mets fan. That's the only thing we ever had any disagreement on. You just be a Yankees fan to get it over with, brother. Or you could be a Nationals fan. Am I band riding? Yeah, but the hat was on sale. I took it. So listen, Mom, I'm gonna bring you back. I have a few things I need to say. Stay in the back, watch the show. It's always a blessing to see. Where's your mask? You don't have your mask on. No mask today?
Oh,
Okay, never
I'm
mind.
safe. I'm in the house by myself, so there's nobody to infect me.
I don't even know why I'm laughing at that. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
Sounded funny to me too.
I gotta do a show. I'm messing with you. I gotta do a show. I already tuned in late messing with you. If there's any technical difficulties, I can't even blame it on the platform, people. This is me talking to my mom. You know how it is when you talk to your mom, you think it's gonna be like a 2 minute conversation and it's like 3 hours. We were on our way to one of those. So let me forgive me, Mom. Can I do my job real quick? I need
Hang
to
in
talk to
there,
you anyway.
dude.
I love you.
Carry on.
There you go.
All right.
All right, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Mubarak.
All right. Oh, here we go. I'm going to take you out. All right, everybody, listen. Ramadan Mubarak, Zulu Ali. I love the name, man. Zulu Ali. I love the name. I'm gonna show all the shout outs that I can. Zulu Ali, brother, love you. Thank you for coming to the show. Like I said earlier to people, this is a work in progress. And when you have a work in progress, I always believe that you should have fun with your work in progress. I know that we're in the COVID-19 period. I'm actually going to be doing a class called Creativity in the Era of COVID. Creativity in the area of COVID. And what it is talking to people about how you bring your creativity to the forefront to deal with different situations. It doesn't have to be COVID. It could be anytime you're trying to make a transition. It could be about your job. It could be about your family. But there's a system that you need to develop for yourself, an organic system that you need to develop for yourself that allows you to do that. I'm gonna give a shout out to my sister Janice. Seattle, be careful out there. Love you, Sister Tough. And oh, here's my OG right here, Brother Oliver. Love you, man. Brother Oliver works in the correctional facility, so please be careful, Brother Oliver. You know, I don't want anything to happen to you. And I hope to be talking to you very soon. Remember, we're supposed to do those shows as soon as they clear up the COVID. I'm coming down there. I'm going to do those shows down there. I'm going to keep my word. Inshallah, I'm a man of a word. Brother Zulu, thank you so much. So I want to talk about creativity in the era of COVID. There's something I've been noticing, particularly with the Muslim community, that some of the media has been focused on the Muslim community in terms of our hardships, but not in terms of how we overcome our hardships. Let me tell you what I mean. I was looking at an article on the New York Times talking about the difficulties that Muslims are going to have during Ramadan. I'm like, wait a minute. We have difficulties during Ramadan, but they're prescribed. These are normal difficulties. It's just funny that now that people are trying to make it like we're going through something. During normal Ramadan, most of us are going to be in the house. We're going to be breaking bad at the house. The only thing that we don't do is go to the masjid. In this situation, we can't go to the masjid to pray Taraweeh. Doesn't mean that we can't pray. It means that we just can't do Taraweeh. That being said, there's a blessing to this. You're going to work on yourself. And one of the first things I teach people about creativity, and one of the things that have been taught to me about creativity, is be open to the fact that you could be right as much as you could be wrong. You can be wrong as much as you can be right. When we're talking about creativity, we're talking about moving things to the side, take the ego out of the way, the arrogance out of the way, and look at what I like to call that space called the art of possibility. The art of possibility. Now, I used to be a school teacher, and it's interesting how they teach school on a grading system. It's very punitive at times, extremely punitive. I read this book called The Art of Possibility, and they said give yourself the best grade you can give out of a scale of 1 to 100. Give yourself the best grade. You're naturally going to probably give yourself what? 100. And I'm not mad at you. You're going to give yourself 100. Who can hate on that? The issue is now, how do you maintain 100? Realistically, 100 is perfection. You may be able to maintain that, but how is it? What happens, or what skills do you develop so that it stays in that 90 range? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. We're in a situation where people are forgetting that in most situations, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us 100 grade. Our job is, how do we maintain the 100 grade? Now, I'm not going to get super religious because I know I don't want any problems, and I know people hate on me for doing comedy. Listen, the fact of the matter is that idea says that we can be extremely effective, extremely creative, extremely brilliant. My mother was just on the show, and she'll tell you how a little project I called Allah Made Me Funny started out. It didn't start out with a lot of love or support. It started out with a great logo, courtesy of Sakai Sandiford, who's now the CFO of Kanye West Business Opportunities. But he was a graphic designer back then, and I was a comedian with a dream about educating Muslims and entertaining Muslims. And he made a logo. So the dream was started with a great logo and $750. You now turn on the TV, you see Muslims on Netflix, Hulu, doing whatever, and people forget that before Allah Made Me Funny, there was none of that. Now, I'm going to chalk it up to a couple things. I hope you don't mind. Number one, it was a conversation that I had with Imam Warfdeen Muhammad. This conversation changed my life because Imam Warfdeen Muhammad told me that I had the blessings of actually doing this thing, but he said something. He said, don't start this project in the African-American Muslim community. He said, we could be effective, but we be isolated. He told me, as a part of fellowship and growth, to take, if you will, this project and start it in, let's say, for lack of a better word, share this project with my immigrant Muslim brothers and sisters. I don't know what the word is. I'm like, you just say you weren't born in America or whatever. But the idea was to take it over and share something and have a hybrid idea that all of us could benefit from. Some of the people in this post are direct results of friendships that came out of Allah Made Me Funny. Brother Ahmed Khatib is like my little brother. Ahmed Zafran came to my special. Sister Janet's tough. We couldn't meet in Seattle, but you see, it's family. It tells you how things work. And it was out of this space of creativity that it not only allowed me to reach out to folks, it allowed other folks to reach out to the world. Now, that being said, in the era of COVID, I'm asking people, what are we willing to reevaluate to do things creatively? Let me say it again. What are we really willing to evaluate to do things creatively? Sister Tamina, Assalamu alaikum. Glad to see Sister Tamina's in my class. We study Islamic studies and leadership. I'm gonna show her too. Good to see you, sister. I'm asking you folks as a part of this podcast, and not just for this podcast. I'm talking about in your individual, personal lives, and business lives, and family lives. What are we willing to readjust creatively to make our product, to make what we do that much better? I put out a little trailer earlier to kind of address some of the things I felt about COVID in the minority community. And the commercial really said, I'm really upset about COVID. It's just changing lives as I know. And I realized that for the last 7 weeks, I have not had a Jehovah's Witness visit my house. And I said, that is so unfair because I'm counting on you to do what you do. Now, of course, we all know about social distancing and da-da-da. But it was a funny idea. But it was the idea that, you know what, it does call into the fact that people know that there are issues, particularly with African-American, Latino, and Native Americans, in the idea of health disparity. Also in the Muslim community, we're not talking about that. You have that issue in the Muslim community that needs to be addressed as well. Now, I have gone over my normal time that I normally talk, and the reason is I think my mom got me excited. Mom, I'm gonna bring you back in. Just wave and I'm gonna take you out. Hold on a minute. This is my mom. Ready? Here? 1, 2, 3.
Hello. It's my way. And I'm out. 1, 2, 3, out.
All right, love you, mom. I'm taking you out. You too much. All right, assalamu
alaikum.
You know, I'm just saying you can never have enough for your mom. Now, listen, we're going to be back here momentarily. I'm going to bring some commercials, a little commercial for you guys. Actually, it's not even a commercial. It's a little teaser for my comedy special. Dr. Ahmed was there, and my brother AK was there. It's looking at comedy a little bit differently. It's called Love Supreme and Anatomy of Gratitude. This is just the opening scene, a little teaser for you. And we'll talk about that as well, because I have some big projects coming out for the community. Being aggressive and being creative in the community in the age of COVID-19 virus. I'm hoping that you guys will be there for me, and I'll be there for you too. Okay, coming up. All right, I guess I lost the sound. I apologize, everybody. Like I said, working through technical difficulties. Inshallah, you guys can hear me. Okay, thank you. AZ, thanks for letting me know, man. I apologize. But getting back to the point, I am really interested about how you guys are handling things creatively during the age of COVID. Like for myself, I had to restructure myself. Like going to the market now, it's not like going to the market now. You go to a place, you order your food online, you go to a parking spot, you text, they bring your stuff out. They're wearing gloves and a mask. You're wearing gloves and a mask in your car. They tell you not to get out of your car. They close it up, and that is it. That's the end of the game. That is it. They close your food up and you take your food home. That is it. Now, creatively, why is this important? Because in the age of COVID, we're having to raise children in the age of COVID to teach them to be creative, to have them have decision making skills, problem making. Yeah, they have to be able to do problem solving. I know some of y'all. I've seen some of you online trying to teach your children, and now you're realizing when you were in high school, you should have studied a little harder, huh? You're making jokes in home ec. Now you're burning up stuff in your kitchen. That's the way it goes. What goes around comes around. Now, I shouldn't have said that, man. I mean, I know how to cook, but I know some people don't know how to cook, especially my brothers out there. We love you, but I know some of y'all are burning up stuff in the house. It happens. Don't get mad. It happens. Don't get mad. Here's something I'm gonna put up that's really important during the age of COVID. It's right on the screen. One for your brother or sister, what you want for yourself. One for your brother or sister, what you want for yourself. And I'm saying this because in the age of COVID, people have gotten very self-centered. Very self-centered. I don't want to say selfish, but the idea of survival is that much upon us every day that we tend to shut ourselves off. We're not open. The idea of charity now is competitive. And I don't know about you, but I'm already I'm fundraised out, and we haven't even gotten to the end of Ramadan. I'm fundraised out. I have more things on my phone than I care to know about. Fundraiser here, a gala here, it's all on the computer. How many trips can you take to your computer and act like it's a an individual type of trip? Like you have to lie to yourself. Like what do? You get dressed for the gala out, the care gala that didn't happen, or oh, I'm gonna go to the IGNA conference on my computer. Oh, you know what? Islamic Relief is having a grand iftar on the computer. Like, and that sounds bad, man. I'm just saying. What do you do? How do you flip it around? Do you move your computer to different parts of the house to make you seem like you're going someplace different? What's everybody doing in terms of creativity in the space of COVID? Here's one thing I am doing, and this is serious. I am working on talking less, listening more, stop complaining. Talking less, listening more, stop complaining. I am tired of hearing about COVID deaths. That's real. But I'm a black man in America. I'm 53 years old. Do you know last year how many people died from heart disease, diabetes, hypertension? I'm going to tell you, almost 700,000 people, 670,000 people died from that. And I understand COVID is serious, but let's not lose perspective, people. People are dying all the time. We're giving out food to people. Alhamdulillah. You know what I mean? People starve or go hungry in the United States. I'm going to tell you something. I was a school teacher. Part of my salary, and the reason why teachers go broke, is they spend part of their salary doing what the government doesn't do. Helping these kids with nutrition, giving them the right food and clothes, socks, things like this. I mean, you're doing the stopgap to do what the nature of nonprofit is what? Doing what the government isn't doing. Well, I have good news for us. You don't need the government. You need it at some point, but the distance between your house and the neighbor's house is just right around the street. It's right down the corner. I brought my mom on, and I love my mom. For no other reason, just to say, Mom, I love you. And make it a thing that you guys call your mother when you're done and tell your mom that you love them too, or your dad. And it doesn't matter if they're here or not. I have friends, associates, relatives. I pray for them. I love them and I miss them. COVID should be the thing that says, listen, we can't waste any more time. This is not an issue where you could put it off. You know, COVID is that thing. It's that unseen. You know, in the Quran, they talk about al-Khayb, the unseen. This is the unseen. This is just death, except, you know what? People could put it up on news and make money out of it. That's all it is. People dying every day. Every death is not a COVID death. It just falls within the framework where it's convenient. So my point is this. I'm going to ask us to look at the banner that I have, one for your brother or sister, which you want for yourself. And it's not money. It's not money. You can get money doing almost anything. Look at the president. It is having sincerity and wanting to care about people and checking on people. Myself, I'm a checker. I may hit you up and just say, hey, preach, this is a halal wellness check. And it sounded corny years ago, but I'm like, people need to hear that. I have people that reach out to me I haven't heard in a long time. Hey, dude, how you doing? And it means a lot to me because the people that are reaching out to me, I realize how much I value them. When I do jokes, I don't do jokes. I'm the worst comedian in the world because I'm concerned about having a relationship with the people in the audience, whether it's the grandfather, the father, the mother, or down to the youngest child. It's about relationships and valuing relationships. I'm a funny comedian, but in that way, it makes me different. It makes me not better than anybody. It just makes me a lot more in tune to people. So when someone comes and bring their child, you have to stop after the show and you want to talk to the father, but you got to talk to the child. You got to say, I appreciate you for coming too. Now, we have raced through the show because I didn't even give the parameters of the show, and I apologize. I don't do a long show. My show at tops is like 25 minutes, 26 minutes, because I believe that people have things to do. And as a former teacher, we don't really have time spans like that. Dr. Alvin might be on a break right now. Yusuf, I don't know what you're doing. You might be cooking or burning up something. Hey, Solar Man, love you, man. Thank you for. I'm gonna bring Solar in. Hey, brother, love you. I see you soon. But listen, we can't waste time anymore. You know, COVID has put us in a spot. You know what? COVID is like the ultimate thing. Like COVID is taking the entire world back to Jim Crow. This is what black people went through back in the 50s and the 40s. Couldn't go any place. Your money didn't mean anything. You know what? You could be killed at any point in time. You know what? Your mobility was affected. This is deep. This is deep. COVID is deep, man. But I'm always going to give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because I know for all its worth, the misery, the pain, the inconvenience, the death, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. And if you believe her, you know it's for a reason too. Now listen, I want y'all to come strong on this last thing because we have like a minute and a half before the show goes out. I want you in the comment section to just start shouting out people who are important in your life, people you love in your life. They've done something for you. Maybe they're here, maybe they're not here. Just start shouting them out. I'm going to put them on the screen because I believe that, you know what, they need to be appreciated. So listen, please, give me your shout outs. We only have a little bit of time. Start shouting out. I got one shout out here. Mom, okay. All right, we got Mom. Anybody else? Tamina, give me a shout out, sister. Hey, Lee, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? I'm at show, brother Lee. What's up, Lee? Hey, man, how's everything down in Atlanta, man? I hope everything's going well. All right. Yusuf, he gave his sisters. Anybody else? Let's see here. Imam Zaid. Hey, T. Tell Imam Zaid I'm going to call him, man. I'm overdue. You know what we do? Jihad. Oh, man. One love, man. One love, Lee. Jihad's dad is Jihad. Your father is the guy who used to call me when I first moved to California. He would call you the first day of Ramadan just to make sure you were doing your thing. Love that guy, man. Love him. Sister Deborah, good to see you back. Who you got for me? All right. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Tamina. All right. I'm going to make the dua for your parents. Rest in peace. Hubby and professors. Anybody else got it? Oh, and classmates. Yeah, that's right. We're classmates. Anybody else? Sister Deborah, who you shouting out from Philly? I got the shout out room working today. I worked on it once I got off because I was horrible yesterday. Anybody else have any more shout outs? I'm going to shout out Big Coach Reggie Kitchen. Shout out the wife. Shout out the daughter because they've been putting up with me for a while. I know they think of doing mean things to me while I'm asleep, but, you know, they leave me alone. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to shout out Mary Moss. Mom, come back in again before we go.
Hello.
Who do you want to shout out, Mom?
Want to shout out to you, the most creative person in the world.
All right.
Most considerate. And he does what he says he's going to do. He's not a man of words. He's a man of action.
All right, Mom.
I'm so blessed to have you.
I'll call you. I'm going to call you. All right, Lee. Big Lee. I'm sorry, man. I thought you were in Atlanta, brother. Love you, man. You know what? Call me. We should make this hookup. Zulu Ali. Hey, man. Hug that mother, brother. You still got to hug her. Jihad. Give Big Sheikh a hug for me, man. I still have a picture of us from when we did you did June and I showed up in LA that time. That's one of the best pictures of the world. One of the best pictures of the world. And I keep talking about Imam Safir. Jihad, you're just like your dad, man. I mean that as a compliment. Your dad has been a soldier in the game for a long, long time, man. Hug him, give him a big kiss for me, man. Sister Mina, hey, there you go. Sister Mina, I will see you online very soon. And I appreciate you reaching out, everybody. Listen, we're getting ready to wrap up the show. We've actually gone longer than I normally go, but I actually started late. And I want to apologize for people who are on time. I started on time, but I was talking with my mom. I pressed the wrong button. I thought I was live. I was not. Law knows best, right? So listen, hopefully, inshallah, I'll see you. This is what you can do. This sounds really hokey, but I've been told to do this. If you get a chance, go to the subscribe button, click that. That way you know when new shows are coming up, because we're going for a record here, actually. These are the warm-up shows leading, inshallah, the pathway to something having great for this show. Click the subscribe button, and that way you'll know, because I also have some things that are coming down the road that are going to be really good in terms of Eid, inshallah. So listen, I appreciate you. I want everybody to love yourselves. Remember, in the midst of the worst things, you got two things. You got Allah, awareness, and creativity. That was three things. See, I just created something else. Listen, take care of yourself. Much love. This is Preacher Moss, the Shout Out Show, here every day at 5 throughout Ramadan, 5 Central. That would be 5 Central. That would be 3 Pacific and 6 Eastern Standard Time. And I don't even go to the mountains. But listen, man, appreciate every one of you. Hope to see you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Preacher Moss, Shout Out Show.